Hi, welcome. I created a second channel. It's going to be one of the first videos. A little bit less planned, more off the cuff to add a little bit of feedback or commentary to any of my earlier videos or to respond to anything else that's going on that I don't think I can turn into a full video, or I just want to get something out quicker. There's a few videos that I've done in the past that probably would have been better on this channel. This will give me a way to segregate them going forward as I'm working on cycle 2, which has a lot more focus going into it than the first cycle. So one of the things that I've noticed is the Gitzo Legend videos had a lot of uptick in traffic, and I've been watching the Gitzo website to see if anything's been going on with the Legends, because they said they were going to start selling in retail. It's just been saying coming soon, but I did notice recently that B&H has started stocking them at the Indiegogo price. I've kind of wanted to come back to it since I've been using the bag and the tripod for a while, and just give my opinion of them, having used them now for 4 months or so. This is the one that I showed in my earlier video, which is the Centennial or 100-year Mountaineer version. And you can tell that it's actually not much different from the Legend that came up. But there are a few improvements. I believe the Traveler one and the Mountaineer 100-year model has a head weighted for a heavier value, heavier weight. I don't think either of them actually support, say, the 150 to 400. So in practice, if you're right at that boundary, I don't know that makes any difference. I've basically retired the hundreds and used to the Legend, and I'll go over why. It's just a lot of little things that have been improvements. I like the friction knob is pretty usable. Easier to see demarcations for the rotation, although I haven't really had a use for that yet. The knobs are just easier to turn. The thing that I appreciate the most is the locking gears, and if you remember from my earlier video, I am not a fan of the Gitzo locking gears, but unlike with the 100-year model and the earlier Gitzos, these don't come out as well. They're much easier to turn to the locking level and then unlock without having to worry about the legs just sliding out, which was a problem with the 100-year model. I like the bag. I have trouble recommending it though because of a couple of reasons. It is very limiting in what it can carry. If you remember the promo videos, they showed it carrying a Leica camera, and that's because there isn't much more that can fit in here. It says it's designed to carry a Sony mirrorless camera with a 200 to 400. Yeah, it'll probably fit that, but not a lot more. Even with, excuse me, the EM5 fits pretty well, but the foot for the tripod kind of catches. It's a little bit awkward, and so that's about as big as you'd be able to get in there, even though the camera itself fits fine. Obviously, my EM1X doesn't fit in here. Anything with a hand grip's not going to fit in here. So with the R6, I've had to remove it. That doesn't mean you can't carry a bigger camera in here, just not the way it's designed. What I do like about the bag, the latches work very well. Really, all the connections and everything that is here is designed very well. Pulling off the top handle, just pull it down and it comes right up and latches pretty securely. Each of the other zippers lock in place. You can twist it, untwist it, unzip. You want to lock it. Not gonna inadvertently unzipper on you. On the camera case, the quick access camera pouch, there are a slot for SD cards. So you can just slot the number of SD cards, CF cards, whatever your camera's using, which is incredibly handy. Not really good spots for batteries in the same way. They wouldn't fit in there. I've thrown my extra R6 batteries in the front pouch, which is pretty thin, but I've been able to drop a few batteries in there, especially since with the R6, you can't fit the battery grip in. So what I've done with that is just throw it on the top. In fact, when I did want to bring both the R6 and my EM1X or my Leica, I very carefully loaded one into the top. Although, as you can see, there's not a lot of space in there, and there isn't any safe way of really packing a lot of stuff. You really have to do it manually, so it's not something that you're going to want to do a lot. It's really much more of a day pack. Tripod access holds the one tripod very well. Just latch it on top, connects down, pulls right out, drops back in with super easy to do. There's a pouch behind it. Drop anything that you want to hold in there. So the thing that surprises me the most is if you look at the Gitzo page, it's got a couple of different lenses that are pictured there. And there isn't really a good way of putting extra lenses in the bag. If you play with the quick access slot, you can kind of, in the bottom of the bag, you can fit in a couple of extra lenses, but they're very awkward to get to. Unlike other bags where you just open up the main compartment and you can just grab whatever you want. So it really is designed to be used in just the quick access panel or the top. So it's good for quick day hikes. I've used it that way. I have brought 2 cameras in it, carefully packing one in the top and having the R6 come in through the side. When I need the R6 with the battery pack, I pack the battery pack in the top, reattached it. So there isn't very high in the convenience factor for what I've been using it for. It does carry the tripod very well, and for short day hikes, it's worked out well. So yeah, mixed bag. I do like the new Legend tripods. The prices are at the high end of the Indiegogo level, so I actually think it's not a bad price for the tripod. I'd probably forgo the bag. I'll talk more about bags next cycle. The one other thing I want to talk about, now that I've got, I think, 3 Manfrotto tripods, 3 different Gitzo models of tripods. I actually have 2 of the new Legends. So my kids have one and I've got one. Been keeping an eye on them, and I've bought most of these pretty much on sale. They're good tripods. They're durable. They're sturdy. The asking prices, there's a lot more competition now than there was when I bought my first Manfrotto back in 2006, 2004. At the time, there was really Manfrotto, Gitzo, which I think were actually still the same company at the time. I always forget the timeline. There was a couple smaller companies at the very high end, Really Right Stuff being the most popular, number of other small batches, and then a lot of cheaper ones that just weren't as good quality. There's a lot more competition right now at what is lower high end, upper medium end. There's a wide range, obviously, but the Manfrotto Gitzo family of brands is really broad. It's like Volkswagen in terms of the number of different brands that they encompass. And I think I think they're all very good quality, although I also tend to think that they tend to be a little bit overpriced given the competition on the market right now. So what I've done is basically buy them when they're on sale. I bought these with the Indiegogo price, same good compared to the stock price for what they were currently offering. What they've got right now, I'm wondering if this is just surplus or returns from the Indiegogo campaign, considering the price point and the fact that Gitzo still says they're coming soon. I don't know what that means longer term, since there's no MSRP or no price listed on the Gitzo website. The Manfrottos that I've got for the video tripods, they're not the highest end video tripods, but they work great for what they are. So my advice is Gitzo and Manfrotto make great equipment. Be wary of the asking price. If you've got time, keep an eye on sales. Thanks for watching. If you're looking at the Legends that have just hit the market, hopefully this has been a little bit more helpful since I've had some hands-on experience with them. I really do like the tripods. They are travel tripods. They're not going to hold a really heavy lens. I do like the bag. I think it's well designed. What's there is accessible. It is very limiting in terms of what it holds and what it can fit. And that's something to keep in mind if you're looking to buy it. Best of luck. Let me know what you think if you do buy them, and I'll see you later.